We've got a special guest in the studio.
Yeah.
Alan joins us. Kia ora, Alan.
Kia ora. Hello.
Nice to have you in, Alan. We've got you in because you've been through the CAP program, right?
I have.
You are one of these people that CAP has worked with, and you're Irish, which is fantastic. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your story, Alan, with and your journey with Christians Against Poverty.
Yeah, no worries. Basically, we got ourselves into a little bit of financial debt, and we kind of always had our pretty much just kind of paycheck to paycheck kind of thing, scraping by, kind of always kind of just making sure that we had just about enough all the time. And yeah, it was pretty dark and kind of under pressure a lot.
So this is you and your family. You got kids,
yeah, wife and 3 kids.
When you say a little bit of debt, what are we sort of talking? If you don't mind me asking.
I think total was about 30,000.
Wow, 30,000. That's a lot. And so when you got
credit cards,
when you got that like piling up and it's in the and you're living just week to week and you feel like you're not going anywhere good, right direction. What does that feel like, and what is that like in terms of a stress or a burden on you?
It's constant stress. You're constantly watching your wallet, watching your your pay phone to see where you are with your money, going shopping, down to the penny, calculator out, kind of worried about what phone call is coming in next, who's going to shout for some money, always trying to please the whatever creditor was shouting the loudest, and kind of not really ever planning ahead or looking ahead. It's just constantly just kind of scraping by. Yeah.
So we know that has an impact on the wallet, but it has to have had an impact on everything else around you. Your relationship with your family.
Yeah. My wife and I couldn't talk about it without it being an argument, a fight. Yeah, constantly arguing about money and holding things back from each other. Yeah, plenty of times I got phone calls that I didn't tell her about, and she was the same. She had calls from people looking for money that she kind of didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
Whenever we tried to talk about it, it was just wrong timing, anything to get out of having a conversation.
And so eventually you get in touch with Christians Against Poverty. Did you call them? Or
No, I was completely skeptical. Completely and utterly. Yeah, no, my wife had heard about it, and she had some friends who were CAP coaches. So she kind of knew about it, and she was the one who kind of said, look, we got to talk to people about it. And we'd kind of hit a point where we had to do something, as one of the biggest creditors had come back and said, look, the money you owe, we need it in a week. So we were kind of like, what do we do? How do we do this? It was really bad. So Del my wife had set up a meeting with CAP, and I kind of begrudgingly said, they'll go along with it. And so at the time I just thought there's no such thing as a free meal. So
right,
there's got to be a catch somewhere along the line. It's not going to be, it's not just going to be, somebody's not going to just come in and help us. And it was total skeptical. Yeah.
And that didn't turn out to be true, though, right?
No. Well, it actually ended up. Delwyn couldn't make the meeting, the initial meeting that we had with Emily, CAP coach.
Yeah,
amazing person. My wife was in hospital. She had to go in hospital for a few days, and kind of was left to me to go to that meeting. And kind of I went along thinking, this is just not going to work. And I think I spent an hour and a half talking to Emily about where we were and how we got there and what we wanted to get. And I came out of it like totally a different person. Just totally. It was me that was pushing it to Del at the end of the day, to my wife. Came out of it and just started thinking, this is actually something that we could do. It's, there is light at the end of that tunnel. It was just a complete turnaround, 180 degrees.
Emily was your coach at CAP? Yeah. So what was it that made Emily and the people at CAP so good?
I think it was just normalized. Like that whole conversation, that whole taboo finances, something that we never spoke about. that we never spoke about without arguing, at least.
Yeah.
Was just normalized. It was just a normal, personable conversation with somebody who was able to see what we were going through and able to empathize and able to kind of help us to see that, there was a way through it.
No judging.
No, not at all. No.
Okay, so tell us, where are you at now, Alan? What's the story with the journey with Cat?
We're finished. We're debt free.
Yeah.
Wow.
What sort of debt are we talking about? Gone. What sort of debt numbers are we talking about that are gone right now?
So right now we don't owe anything to anyone at all whatsoever. We're completely debt free. $30,000 gone.
$30,000.
And how long did that take in terms of the process with going from when you started?
When we sat down and did the budgets and all that sort of stuff, we were told it would take exactly 1 year.
Wow.
And we were done in 10 months.
What? 10 months?
Yeah,
that's incredible.
Wow. It was absolutely amazing. Yeah.
Wow.
And do you feel now, like from where you were, you said you never talked about anything and it was just this taboo thing. Yeah. Do you feel now like on top of your finances, your confidence?
Yeah. It's a completely different way of looking at things now. Like it's planning ahead. We never used to do that. We never used to kind of go, November's coming in November, we've got to pay for this, whatever. But now it's all planned out, it's all thought about, and we try and talk about it, between ourselves, and we know what's going out. We talk to friends about money. We never used to before. I've spoke about my journey with a couple of people that I work with that I would have never have spoke to people about that. And when I've spoken to them, they've kind of gone through and they've gone, one of them said that she'd been to the Cap Money course, and we had a good chat about that. Another one said like that he was struggling himself and has gone on to the Cap website and had a look
wow.
Nice. That sort of stuff. And it just normalizes the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, someone's listening right now who may be able to contribute and help someone who was in your situation. Yeah. What would you say to that person who's able to stand in the gap?
Oh, please do it. But please help. There's a lot of people out there that need the assistance, and if you're able to do it, do. It just it's a fantastic cause. There's a lot of people in the CAP team who they're just amazing angels that just want to help people. They've got a lot more knowledge on how they can help people than general public do, and they've got fantastic what's the word I'm looking for? Connections with these institutions, these financial institutions, and they can help in so many amazing ways. And there's a lot of families that need assistance.
Yeah, and only going to increase as well with the everything that's going on at the moment. It's getting really, really tough out there. Yeah. So thank you, Alan, for sharing with us and telling your story. If you want to support that and give that gift to another person in Alan's shoes now, then you can do it by calling 0508 003 003, doing $1.50 a day, and release somebody from the grip of poverty and the cyclical nature of debt. You can free them and be a life changer today.